Da bin ich wieder und jetzt können wir auch weitergehen. Ab zum nächsten halt, was? Hä? Halt, stopp! Ich hab... Was war das Gras? Ach, keine Ahnung. Huh. Kann mit Looping, ja. Ah ja. Oh, das sind Samter Beasts! Oh mein Gott! Ah. Gott.
Seems we've just about finished repairing the station and the connecting tracks. Let's go check the track switcher now. It's over there.
Dankeschön. Dann müssen wir jetzt ganz zurückfahren. Beziehungsweise müssen wir jetzt zurückfahren, oder? Naja, sieht jetzt am einfachsten aus, ne? Weil ich glaube, hier diese grüne Strecke ist die wir gerade fahren. Da gibt es noch mehr Strecken. Ah ja, ah ja. Okay, das ist cool, dass es angezeichnet ist. Hui. Kann man hier überall noch lang watscheln? Kann ich hier eigentlich irgendwie aussteigen? Und der fährt nicht mehr. Hui. Ich finde das lustig. Vor allem die Jumpterbeast interessiert das auch überhaupt nicht, ne? Oh, der Sternenhimmel sieht so schön aus. Ja, es ist jetzt plötzlich Nacht geworden. Weil es genau nimmt. Es ist heute auch nicht mehr Samstag, wo ich das aufnehme. Sweet. Vor allem, ich entferne mich gerade dem Ding immer weiter, ne? Deswegen ist auch nicht so schlau. Ach scheiße, jetzt habe ich das schon wieder verpennt. Ach, ich bin so doof manchmal. Warte, wie genau kann ich eigentlich das Ding stoppen? Ah, ich muss da gedrückt halten, um da rauszuspringen. Jetzt check ich. Okay. Ich will jetzt die Stinks einsammeln. Weil... Wow, ich hab's geschafft. Och nee, ernsthaft jetzt? Zeitüberschreitung, Berg ist verschwunden? Gut, dann fliegen wir jetzt mal da runter. Da, wo wir hin sollen. Da müssen noch irgendwo mehr Chuchu-Bahnen sein, ne? Weil hier sind ja noch viel mehr Strecken. Sind ja auch noch mehr eingezeichnet. Oh, da sind ein paar Tiger. Da unten ist ein Teleporter. Stellen wir den mal an. Da ungefähr müssen wir eigentlich auch hin. Kann ich eigentlich auf den Platz landen? Ja. Ja, ist schon. Wo müssen wir denn hin? Sind wir irgendwie rauf?
Too slow. Quit following me.
Ja. Ab zur nächsten Chuchu-Bahn.
Oh, there's another spinny thing here. It's so big. But, not as big as the one we saw in the middle of this place. That one was huge. I bet it's something super important. I remember what Kaya said earlier.
Also ich habe gerade festgestellt, dass für das, dass es 8 Uhr morgens ist, da ein bisschen viel auf den Straßen los ist. Ich glaube, es regnet und ein Fenster ist offen. Ich glaube, das hört man alles im Hintergrund. Ich mach das mal so. Warum sind die Leute um 8 Uhr in der Früh schon so aktiv, ey? So, dann haben wir jetzt mal potenzielle Störquellen entfernt. Dann kann es jetzt hoffentlich weitergehen.
Very good, Klee. You're using what you saw earlier to make observations, like a real adventurer. It appears to be a system that rotates to switch tracks.
That's right. Originally, all you had to do was flip this switch and the junction would rotate. But it seems Jeremy still hasn't fixed it yet. He sure talks big, but when it comes to actually getting things done...
Is this Jeremy you mentioned one of your brothers?
Yeah. When I talked to him about repairing the tracks, I suggested we start with the station, but he said we should start at the junction. Really, it made no difference which one we started with, but he just had to turn it into a huge argument. He always treats me like I'm a fool and disagrees with anything I say. Let's see what he has to say now that I've already fixed the tracks.
If you ask me, you're clearly a sharp person, Ferdinand.
Yes, finally someone who can recognize that, rather than just shrugging off my ideas. Come on, let's make our way to the junction and see what he's up to. I bet he's still fretting over what to do.
Ah ja. Dann fahren wir überhaupt nicht in die Richtung? Ich glaube schon. Aber diese Fahrbahnen sind so cool. Hier ist eine Achterbahn, die einfach durchs Land führt. Das ist so geil.
Sometimes I can't help but get angry just thinking of Jeremy. You should have seen him back in the sandstorm. I suggested we go east, and he argued that we should go west.
You were in a sandstorm? What happened after that?
We separated and each went our own way. Lucky for us, we stumbled across this domain. Otherwise, I'm sure we would have been buried in the sand.
Ah ja. Oh.
Everything will get better once we get the switcher working again.
Still stuck here just as I expected. Well, did you make any progress?
Didn't I already tell you? Just have the hydroidolins fix the junction and then make a new cart. After that, we can use the junction to... Wait a minute, how did you get here? It took a lot of effort for me to climb all the way up here.
The answer is standing right in front of you.
Yeah, sure. Those travelers must have helped you. You never get anything done on your own. You always get someone else's help and then try to take the credit for yourself.
You're one to talk. What have you managed to accomplish, huh? You were here just moping around all day.
Das sind nicht Geschwisterliebe, Leute.
Whoa. They started arguing the moment they saw each other. But aren't they supposed to be brothers?
Genau deswegen, Palmion. Du bist anscheinend Einzelkind. Du verstehst sowas nicht.
Me? His brother? Hardly.
All right, Jeremy. That's enough.
Fine. I'd rather be focusing my efforts on fixing the track switch rather than arguing anyway.
You should calm down too, Ferdinand. Let's all focus on the situation at hand. Any personal problems can be settled later.
Fine.
I'm sorry you had to see that. My name's Jeremy. I'm one of the people responsible for taking care of this area. I assume you're the ones who helped repair the tracks. Thank you very much. It means a lot.
No need to thank us. We're just trying to help Idea restore the domain.
I see. Now that you and Ferdinand brought the cart up here, we'll need the hydroidolins to fix the area below.
Them again, huh? Seems the hydroidolins are really important around this place.
Yes, of course. Not only do they keep the junction turning, they operate practically everything else in the domain too. All right. Seems most of the tracks and junctions have been repaired now.
Und für das hast du jetzt den ganzen Tag lang... Ja, verwünscht.
Yep. So maybe it's time you give credit where credit is due,
What? You think you deserve the credit? If anything, we should be thanking these travelers.
You... Well, either way, you're not the one getting any credit. You're always quick to criticize my ideas and push your own, but you never actually get anything done.
And what about you? Don't forget it was Hado and I who took care of the mess that one time you impulsively tried one of your brilliant ideas. Speaking of Hado, wasn't he with you?
Nein, Klee. Sieht so aus, als würdest du gleich weinen.
I left early this morning. I assumed he'd be with you.
Seriously? Couldn't you have at least looked to see where he was before you left?
Hey, come on! You didn't see him either, so what's your excuse?
Nein, Klee. Alles in Ordnung?
Get it. Nobody did anything bad. Why are they arguing?
I just don't like his smug attitude, that's all.
Who are you calling smug? If anything, you're the one who's making such a big fuss right now.
Nein, hört auf, das ist ein kleines Kind. Halt's doch alle mal im Mund. Ach,
All right, I
Klee.
think we've heard enough from you two.
Ja.
If you insist on bickering, then I'd suggest you go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just cool you two off myself. Now, come with me. I'd like to have a word with you.
Don't be upset, Klee. There are many complicated situations in this world which don't always have a logical explanation. As a passing traveler here, it's not my place to comment on their disputes. But in my experience, family issues can be the toughest to resolve. Seems you don't like dealing with this kind of thing either, Kokomi.
Das mag niemand.
It's still not right.
Nein, ist es
I
nicht.
don't know how to explain my feelings.
I'm sorry. We've calmed down. We shouldn't argue in front of a child like that.
Nein.
We're sorry, Klee.
It's okay.
Back to the topic at hand. Weren't you about to go look for your brother Hado?
Ah, right. Our best guess is he's somewhere around the torrential twister. We would have to use the junction to send the cart to another area.
Sorry to trouble you again, but would you help us find him?
Wenn ihr versprecht, nicht mehr zu streiten, dann ja.
Oh. All right.
Sehr schön. Ja, schmollen könnt ihr von mir aus,
Come on, you two.
aber
Brothers after all. Can't you try to get along?
also schmollen könnt ihr von mir aus, aber nicht streiten. Theoretisch Streckenwechselblumen und die Strecken zu wechseln, auf der Express verkehrt. Auf der großen Streckengelände vor dir zeigt die Farbe die Blumen direkt darunter das Ziel. Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Moment, wo müssen wir hin? Hier.
Okay, this is the end of this track segment. Otto should be nearby.
Südosten. Warte. Auf welcher Bahn sind wir jetzt? Wir sind jetzt da und Südosten. Das ist, also wir müssen quasi auf die gelbe Bahn. Oder? Schon. Wie genau weg? Ist das jetzt schon auf der gelben Bahn? Bin ich gelb? Wo sehe ich, dass ich gelb bin? Dunkelviolett? Warte, ach, da vorne habe ich... Ach so, da sehe ich das. Lol! Ach so, okay. Jetzt check ich. Jetzt habe ich da vorne gesehen, wir waren schon auf der gelben Bahn, logischerweise.
You think I've got a sharp tongue?
Okay.
I just tell it like it is. If
Okay,
someone
das ist
can
cool.
handle it,
Das ist cool. Das
maybe
ist
that's
wirklich
their
witzig.
problem.
Also wenn da vorne dann die gelbe Blume unten ist, dann sind wir auf der gelben Bahn, richtig? Sollte so sein, okay. Dann habe ich jetzt kapiert. Stimmt, wir müssen auch zu den Stromstellen, ne? Das hat er eigentlich auch gesagt. Ups. Oh, das ist aber knapp gebaut, ja. Ich finde diese Zirkusmusik hier so lustig. Hey.
Unnecessary.
Ah, I guess you had repaired the tracks and stations as soon as I saw a cart come zipping along.
Das sieht schon ein wenig älter aus als ihr.
Now that the tracks, station, and carts are all repaired, we're about ready to reopen Torrential Twister. It will be good to see my design back in action again.
You're in no condition to be out running around like this, Hado.
Yeah, but these are unusual circumstances.
Ja, gesund hörst du dich nicht an.
That's true, but you should stop to think things through.
Exactly. If there's anything that needs to be done, you can just let Ferdinand and I take care of it.
You and Ferdinand? Together? It would be a miracle for you two to do anything together without fighting.
That's between Jeremy and me. No need to add fuel to the fire, okay?
I'm not trying to make trouble. I'm just saying.
Hey, Ferdinand.
Oh, don't worry. We're not arguing, Clee. We're just, discussing some things.
Are you and Jeremy worried about Hado?
Hmm?
Why don't you just talk to him about it? Kaya's also worried about me sometimes, but he doesn't ever criticize me.
You're right. But our relationship is much better than these guys.
Ja.
Well, our situation is a little different.
Inwiefern?
Really? How so?
We've been through this kind of thing before. If we didn't warn Hado, then he wouldn't take it seriously and something would eventually happen. As his brothers, we have to help him.
But it doesn't look like you're helping. Maybe Klee doesn't understand everything. But my mommy told me that you help someone to make them feel happy, not to make yourself happy. Hado sure doesn't look very happy. Why don't you ask him what he needs?
Oh mein Gott, Liebes, willst du Therapeut werden? Das ist so süß.
Klee's right, you know. You three need to open up and talk things through. You are brothers after all.
I've always cared a lot about you, Hado. Just like when we were back in the desert. You suddenly passed out and Jeremy and I started arguing. Eventually, all three of us ended up in this domain. I'm just worried that something similar could happen again. If you were to pass out and with nobody around to help you.
I know, but this domain is nowhere near as dangerous as the desert. I was thinking that if I could handle these problems myself, then you two wouldn't have to argue about anything. If it weren't for my poor health and lack of energy all the time, then I wouldn't have always been such a burden on you two.
No need to feel guilty, Hado. This was our choice. The three of us love adventuring. No one is a burden on anyone. Isn't that why we came up with the idea for this area? I would do the thinking, Ferdinand would use his muscle, and you would...
Draw the blueprints and build tracks. It'll be a safe way to see all kinds of amazing scenery. Yes, that was the plan.
See? Doesn't it feel better just to get along?
Hey, what are you trying to say? You make it sound like I've only been trying to talk myself up.
The choo-choo cart is great, Ferdinand.
Really?
You know, Klee, having the car zip along the tracks was my idea.
Ach komm.
Yeah, what an amazing idea. You're so smart.
Hey, Klee, do you want to ride even more fun carts?
Yay! Let's ride more! Looks like all three of them are trying to win Klee's approval now.
Hauptsache Klee ist
She
glücklich.
hasn't realized it yet, but her innocent, childlike nature is very powerful. It can inspire and even help
Sie
heal
klatscht.
others.
Hey, everyone, please come with me. We need to get the hydroidolin in the cart to help us.
Okay. Was müssen wir tun? Ach, muss ich dahinter fahren? Okay. Warum bin ich das nicht?
Good. Torrential Twister is ready to run now. Let's go to the station at the start of the track.
Hato and I have double-checked everything. It's all operating safely. You can go for a ride now.
Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I have something I'd like to give you all. It's a rock climbing rope. We used it on our adventures to climb mountains and traverse many places.
Huh? But doesn't it mean a lot to you?
Yes, of course. Please take it. Thanks to Klee and everyone else's help, we realized that there's a special bond that keeps us together. Even though it's invisible, it's even more important than rope. We can always hold on to it through tough situations.
Huh? I helped?
Ja, sicher.
Yes, Klee. You are a big help.
Even bigger than that huge thing in the middle of this place?
Yes, much bigger.
Wow, that's huge! I'm so happy.
Ah, Klee ist
By
so
the way,
süß.
Have you ever seen anything like the choo-choo cart in the outside world?
Nope. Today was the first time I rode anything like it.
Is that so? I guess I'm not surprised. Seems you won't find Torrential Twister anywhere else. Be sure to come back and ride the choo-choo carts again while you still have the chance.
Yep, I will.
So sweet. Das Ding ist, was sollen wir fahren? Sind wir auf der Stromschnellenfahrbahn? Ist das Dings? Ja. Gut, then let's go. Ui, geht's bergab.
Oh, this is even higher than I expected. The drops are pretty steep too. Are you okay, Kokomi?
Ja, warum nicht? Was machen die denn hier? So. Hui.
Unnecessary.
Diese kleinen Challenges zwischendurch finde ich auch mega niedlich.
Much fun. Klee can fly across the sky like a real mage now. Guess that sort of makes sense. Wait, but if being able to fly makes you a mage, what does that make Kaya, since he's here too? Nothing. Kaya's just the master thief. Don't you remember?
Nothing, wie nett.
Oh, right. Guess it slipped Paimon's mind.
Sorry to bother our young mage, but there's something a master thief would like to report. Do you still remember our mission?
Wie sweet, er hat den Gruß gemacht. Oh Gott.
Oh, I was having so much fun that I almost forgot.
We're supposed to be helping Adia look for the missing components. But don't worry, I've already got one.
You mean you snatched it when we weren't looking?
I didn't have to go that far. In fact, the component we were searching for was actually that orange rope. If anything, you could say it came right into our hands at the right time. Let's head back and give it to Adia.
Aw, do we really have to go? Okay. Even though I want to keep playing, I know Adia is really important. And that's our wise mage. Don't worry. Tonight, you'll be able to see stars in the water and watch fish dance in the sky. Seems Kokomi's out of it after that ride. Her face is completely blank and her lip was trembling while she was speaking. Maybe we should have a rest for a while.
Ja, mit der Ruhe, wir haben es nicht eilig.
I thought I was keeping my composure pretty well. Don't worry, my mind is always spinning. I'm used to this. We should head back to Idia. How about we hold hands, Miss General? Klee will give you energy.
Okay.
After holding Klee's hand, the stars in the sky and the fish in the water have all disappeared. I must have been seeing things from riding the cart. What are you smiling about, Kokomi? Oh. Nothing. Nothing at all.
Ich will auch gerne die kleine Hand von Klee halten. Dann einmal zurück zum... Oh Gott, oh Gott, oh Gott, warum ist denn das jetzt so nah gezoomt? Zurück zu dem Dorf, der Stadt, keine Ahnung. Ui. Zurück zu ihr, vielleicht kann sie ja das Ding jetzt reparieren oder sowas, ich weiß nicht. Obwohl, wo ist eigentlich Julia und Corley? Was sind die denn eigentlich abgeblieben?
Welcome back. Well, any good news? Oh, don't tell me. You've taken care of all the problems and now I don't have to do anything?
Ja, ja.
We even rode the choo-choo cart. Do you want to come ride too? But maybe you'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm a little tired now.
Seems she had a little too much fun and now she's about to crash. I think it's time for a rest.
Good idea. I think we could all use some downtime. Thanks for giving me some energy, Klee.
Then we'll see you later.
Jo. Gute Nacht.
Very
Na komm, bring die Kleine ins Bett. Das ist so süß, ja. Kaya ist eigentlich auch wie ihr Bruder. Ja, eigentlich hat sie 2 Brüder.
Sounds like our young mage enjoyed herself. I'm so happy that she had a good time.
Ja, es ist so. Irgendwie, sie hat 2 Brüder. Ja, sie hat Albedo so als ihre künstlichen Bruder, den ihrem Arm gemacht hat. Und dann hat sie Kaya. Es ist so süß mit den beiden, ey. Tatsächlich, weiß nicht, ob es jetzt daran liegt, dass die 2 Typen sich gestritten haben, aber jetzt finde ich tatsächlich gar nicht mehr so lange, weil ich wie davor. Vielleicht war ich davor einfach auch noch ein bisschen müde, weil ich eigentlich gerade aufgestanden bin und beziehungsweise der Tag schon lang war und jetzt ist deswegen das langweilig fand. Und jetzt ist es 8:30 in der Früh, glaube ich, ungefähr irgendwie sowas. Okay.
So, back to the missing component. Did you bring it? You bet! Kaya said that the missing component was this orange climbing rope. Ah, it just occurred to me that you probably ran into the 3 brothers while you were in the canyon.
Jo.
If I remember correctly, the 2 eldest brothers were taking their sickly younger brother on adventures when they ran into a sandstorm and ended up here.
Moment mal, die haben alle blaue Haare irgendwie, die hier wohnen. Fällt mir gerade so auf.
They were all arguing with one another when they first arrived, but it wasn't long before they broke down and were huddled together in tears. They sure must have a lot of energy to keep up their bickering and adventuring every day. I'm a little worried about them, yet quite envious of all that energy.
You almost sound as if you're reminiscing about old friends, Idia.
Yes, I've known them for quite some time after all, but I seldom go to that area. You can hold on to the rope for now, Traveler. I have no use for it until we have the other components. By the way, Eula and Kale have also returned, but I'm afraid they weren't able to make much headway. They mentioned that they would like to head to the jungle north of here, once you have all rested up.
Gut.
Now that I've told you everything, I'll go rest. I'll go and check on the situation in the remaining 2 areas.
Do you need me to accompany you?
Oh, no, it's all right. You've already accomplished a lot today. You should rest up.
Sweet. Und sagen, die Gegend ist ja eigentlich ganz süß, aber okay, ich muss ehrlich sagen, der Anfang der Quest der war irgendwie schon ein bisschen langweilig, aber eigentlich ist die Gegend hier voll niedlich und der sieht wunderschön aus und man kann so viel machen, also es ist echt verdammt süß. Aber ja, wir machen jetzt erstmal nicht weiter. Zumindest für heute nicht mehr. Wir schauen dann wann anders wieder, wie es weitergeht. Also, es ist wirklich süß. Vor allem, hier soll es eigentlich irgendwie noch laut Trailer und Special-Programm, dass es ja auch noch irgendwo so ein Zirkuszelt gibt. Vielleicht habt, ich wette, ihr habt das alles schon gesehen, weil ich glaube, es sind auch schon alle Storyteile draußen. Glaube ich. Ich glaube, dass hier irgendwo noch ein Zirkuszelt ist. Ich denke mal, dass es irgendwie eben im Norden ist. Weil hier waren wir hier jetzt ja gerade überall. Ich denke mal, dass es irgendwo hier ist oder so. Ich bin auf jeden Fall gespannt, ob wir die anderen Gebiete auch noch sehen werden. Also, es wäre irgendwie doof, wenn nicht. Also, hier ist noch ein Teleporter. Das ist mit der grünen Bahn, oder? Wie kommt man denn darüber? Keine Ahnung. Ich werde es rausfinden. Ja, also auf jeden Fall, ich finde es auf jeden Fall mega süß, ja. Und, was sagt ihr dazu? Ich weiß nicht, ob ihr die Quest auch so lang angefangen habt. Ich fand das am Anfang wie ich, aber jetzt, nachdem ich zwischendurch gepennt habe, weil,
There's no such thing as
wie
pure
schon gesagt,
freedom in
das
this
ist der
world.
nächste Tag schon, wo ich das
Even
eigentlich
the wind
aufnehme.
cannot go on forever.
War es eigentlich ganz okay. Also jetzt nicht unbedingt das Spannende, aber ich fand es halt niedlich. Ich weiß nicht, aber der Anfang, der war irgendwie... Ich habe ja am Anfang irgendwie zu viel geredet. Zu viel langweiliges Zeug geredet. Naja, was sagt ihr dazu? Schreibt in die Kommentare oder auch nicht. Und wir sehen uns dann beim nächsten Mal. Ciao!